Michigan baseball gets off to a great start, 3-1, and are the champions of the college baseball series taking place in Sunrise, Arizona. This was a series that included multiple ranked teams, and this also included Michigan being a couple of these really highly ranked teams. And it started out when they played Oregon State. Oregon State, obviously coming into the year as a top 15 team. It's a team that truly has a ton of history behind it. This is an Oregon State team that went pretty far last year in the College World Series, and they had big expectations going into this one. And Michigan was able to get a 5-3 win over Oregon State, really due to an outstanding performance by Evan Hager. He was actually the most outstanding player for the whole basically series. Went 5 for 12 for the series, 5 RBIs. 4 of those RBIs, which was a career high, and actually his Michigan debut because he actually transferred in to Michigan. Those came from the win over number 12 Oregon State. He was a big reason for that. Was able to get 3 hits in that game, 4 RBIs, obviously winning 5-3. You had to feel really good if you're Michigan coming out of that win. What a great start to the season. And Michigan also got pretty good, solid starting pitching and just pitching overall for the most part this whole kind of series. Michigan, outside of that, ended up going up against Stanford, which Stanford had a real possibility of coming back in that game. Michigan was able to prevent the comeback towards the end, was able to hold on to a 7-6 win. And if it wasn't for the starting pitching and Cade Montgomery, he had a great performance. This was a game that Michigan probably would have ended up losing. It went 6 1/3, 0 earned runs, 5 hits. If you're going to get that from your starting pitcher, especially in another debut for Michigan, that's really going to lead you to a lot of wins. And I thought Cade Montgomery was absolutely fantastic in this one. Obviously, the bullpen was able to hold on just enough, but 7-6 win to get to the championship game against Arizona, which was another ranked team that they had to go up against. And that was a 4-1 win against Arizona. Huge win. Massive win. Starting pitching was great. Bullpen was great as well. Clutch hitting from time to time. Also, throughout this whole process, you had to give congratulations to Tracy Smith. 900 career wins from this series in general. But I thought Michigan overall played really well. It started out with Evan Hager, like I specifically mentioned. It's not only him, though. If you look at just kind of the guys that really step up, I think you had Cade Ledhoff, sorry if I completely botched your name. Brandon Stressler was actually, if you look at average-wise, 500 and started 3 out of 4 games. You also had guys like Greg Pace, Noah Miller caught a few games. Really, Michigan was able to get clutch hitting, was able to get enough hitting besides obviously losing today to Oregon State. This was a rematch between Michigan and Oregon State. Oregon State was able to get the win today in extra innings, 10 innings. Obviously, it wasn't the way that Michigan wanted it to go. But if you start out your season 3-1 with great pitching performances from your starting pitcher, which you absolutely got, clutch hitting, clutch bullpen appearances, I think you're going to be pretty happy with what you've seen so far. And this Michigan team, while they're not receiving votes, while they're not in the top 12 right now, if you really look at what they've done so far, you've had to be pretty happy. Cade Montgomery again, Kurt Bear, I thought was really good in his 7 innings, only 1 earned run. It really seems like Michigan has some really high-end starting pitching. And that's Cade Montgomery, Kurt Barrett, David Lally Jr. Those are the guys that truly have started these games for Michigan. Tate Carey did struggle a little bit, has 5.4 ERA, but then even like in the bullpen, Gavin DeVoit was good. Tyler Finkburner was really good. Sorry if I completely mispronounced your name. Obviously, Preston Bear had a little bit of an issue when it comes to pitching. Just had a really rough inning, gave up 4 earned runs in his basically a 3rd inning. But outside of that, like starting pitching, bullpen pitching were really good for Michigan. And Yeah, it truly seems like this Michigan team is going to be really good. Defensively, they were solid throughout this kind of series, solid to really start the season. I think this is going to be a team that's going to continue to be one to kind of keep an eye on for down the road. Two ranked wins, 3-1 against 3 out of 4 ranked opponents. Can't be too upset by that. Really good starting pitching, really good bullpen for the most part, hitting as well. They got a lot of talent on this roster. They absolutely do. They really showed that, and I think if they continue to do what they did kind of over these 4 series, over this just series in general, against teams like Oregon State, Arizona, Stanford, I think they're going to be completely fine. The Stanford is the only one that I would say is maybe a little bit concerning, but that obviously happens. They're able to hold on to that win. I don't really think it should be even that concerning, to be completely honest with you. I think this Michigan team is just really talented from start to bottom. Really good lineup for the most part. They've been getting good hitting. Defense, like I said, was pretty solid. So good start to the season for Michigan, 3-1 on the year. I'm definitely going to be interested to see and just continue to watch this team. But shout out to Evan Hager. What a series for him. Great series. Obviously, is a big reason why he's outstanding player of the series. But also, you got a guy in Brendan Stressler that had a home run, that had a couple extra base hits, 3 RBIs. And then obviously Cade lead off had also good games as well. So great start for Michigan, 3-1 on the season. Obviously, the more I do these, the more comfortable I'm going to get with some of these names, more comfortable I'm going to get with just these overall recaps. But if this is something that you like, if this is something that you think you might enjoy, feel free to follow, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Make sure to like, comment, all that. And yeah, really appreciate it. Good start for Michigan, and please tune in to the next episode.